fabulous show for you today. We have Katie Guinness with us from Poppy's Cheesecake. Welcome, Katie.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, good to have you with us. Now, what made you want to start this business actually with cheesecake? You know, you're in competition with like the Cheesecake Factory and all those other things out there, but I've tasted your cake and it's delicious.
Thank you.
So what made you get started?
So actually, my dad has been making this recipe for close to 40 years now. It started out as kind of a hobby. You know, he'd bring it to family gatherings, parties, and people started, you know, requesting he bring it specifically. And then one would lead to two, say, hey, can you bring one for the party and then one for me to have after? And we kind of realized, you know, we got a good thing going there. So it's always been kind of a dream of his. And then my brother and I, a few years ago, decided, you know, like, it's time to make this a real thing. So it's kind of my dad's lifelong dream kind of come to fruition. So we're really excited about it.
I would say so. Plus now you're making it a family business
Yes.
since you're getting involved. That's fantastic. Now, why cheesecake?
So my dad was living in Detroit when he kind of thought of this idea. He's always been into baking, cooking, things like that, and his dad was also very interested in cooking. You know, he was always in the kitchen. That's kind of our fondest memories of him. So one day he just kind of was thinking of stuff he could make, and he thought, you know what, why not cheesecake? We're from New York, so it's kind of something that came to his mind, New York-style cheesecake. So he was kind of fooling around with recipes, and his dad helped him kind of fine-tune it and everything, but just kind of a random idea that popped into his head one day.
Ah. Now, did your grandfather have a background as far as cooking concerned?
So it was more of a hobby, but his kind of tie into the cooking industry was he was a maitre d' at the Barbizon Plaza Hotel, so he did kind of have that type of background.
All right. Plus, he was in fashion, sounds like. Barbizon.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, why the name?
So it actually was named after our grandfather, my dad's dad. We're Greek, so Papu is the Greek name for grandfather, but when we were younger, we couldn't pronounce that, so our short name for it was Poppy. So again, he was kind of our inspiration for that. He was the one who kind of helped my dad fine-tune his recipe, and unfortunately, he has since passed away, but kind of as our, kind of in his honor, we named the company after him, because we knew he would definitely be really proud of this.
Oh, that's fantastic. That really does make it a family business.
It does, definitely.
That's great. Now, what kind of cheesecake is it, Katie?
So it is definitely an authentic New York-style cheesecake. So it's got kind of like the very thick, kind of dense cream cheese-based filling, and then a completely wraparound graham cracker crust. And, you know, a lot of people who have tried it, especially kind of like older people who have tried New York-style cheesecake will say, you know, I really haven't had anything like this in a long time, because there aren't a lot around that are really like this. One of the things that kind of sets us apart from other cheesecake companies is it really is like authentic New York cheesecake.
Yes, yes. Matter of fact, for our viewers out there, there's some tasty treats right in here. Now, what makes it New York style?
So it really is, again, the kind of the wraparound graham cracker crust. Again, a lot of the competitors out there either don't have graham cracker or don't have the full wraparound, just kind of like on the bottom or just on the sides, things like that. And then again, just like the super kind of dense, creamy filling. Both those kind of together really make it that New York style. Okay,
all right. So New Yorkers love this then,
yes,
apparently.
They do. Yes, especially like old school New Yorkers are like, wow, I haven't had anything like this since I was, you know, a little kid. And then a lot of people who are kind of younger, more maybe around my age, they have never tasted anything like it ever. So it's really exciting to kind of see everyone's reactions to it.
Now, when you are selling it, wherever you happen to be selling it, is it on a personal basis, or do you sell it to like maybe pizza restaurants or other restaurants that might need this type of style?
So mostly we're wholesale right now. So we sell to a lot of different places in the area. We're focusing mostly on kind of like high-end restaurants, country clubs, kind of like gourmet markets. So we're at some places like Ralph and Rich's in Bridgeport, Fairview Country Club in Greenwich, the Webster Bank Arena Executive Suites, Quattro Pazzi in Fairfield. So we have a lot of places in the area. And then also we have places in Westchester County in New York as well.
Okay. Matter of fact, you might have put down on your future list, because what is happening in Bridgeport, hopefully, MGM Resorts and Casinos might want your cheesecake one day.
That would be awesome for sure.
It sure would be.
Yes.
Now, what are your offerings?
So right now we have a few different sizes. We have kind of our little bites, which are little babies made for maybe 1 or 2 bites, depending on how big your bite is. But those are made mostly for kind of like catering events, little tables where you have like a buffet of kind of like finger foods, maybe past hors d'oeuvres. We have our minis, which are essentially equal to like 1 slice. We have what we call kind of like a family size, which is just about 7 inches and meant maybe for you're having some family over for a holiday. And then we have a party size, which is meant more like 10 inches, which is meant to be more of kind of a sharing with other people, maybe save some for leftovers. So those are different sizes.
I think with cheesecakes, I don't think there's anything left over.
No, definitely not. And then we also have some great flavors. So we have our classic and our chocolate. Our chocolate is made with Ghirardelli's chocolate, so it's really exciting. It's very rich, so it's awesome. And then those are 2 that are all year round. And then we also have pumpkin, which is our fall seasonal. And then we have key lime during the summer, made with fresh key lime. So we'll definitely continue to keep rolling out, new flavors. We always make sure to perfect everything before it comes out.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you as far as flavors are concerned. How many flavors do you have all together? Is there an count?
So right now it's 4.
It's 4, okay.
So 2 year-round and 2 seasonal.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite is blueberry. Right?
Okay.
Do you have? Is that on the up-and-coming list one of these days?
It may be. Make a special request for you.
Okay. Now, what's your personal favorite?
I love the pumpkin. It just has a great mix of like spices, and it's just everything still, all the flavors still taste like cheesecake, but they have that kind of flavor of whatever it is, like the pumpkin spice or the key lime that kind of comes through, and it's a great little combination.
Excellent, excellent. Now, do you have a website and social media presence?
Yes, we do. We have our website where we list, where you can find us, kind of a little bit of background on us, all of our different product offerings, and then we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And we use that kind of post new flavors we have, any new sizes we launch, remind you to order for things like the holidays. But yes, we definitely try and keep communicating with all of our customers and try and grow.
Now, you mentioned some of the businesses. Have you tried like the Marriott or some of the hotels in the area?
Yeah, so we're definitely trying to branch out. We're kind of going like slow and steady with our growth. We want to make sure that we don't kind of take on something that is too much for us right now. But definitely in the new year, we're looking to definitely expand and kind of take on some more wholesale clients in the area, in like Fairfield County and then as well as in Westchester County in New York.
Fantastic. Now, we talked earlier. Are you all a member of the BRBC?
Yes, we are.
Oh, fantastic! Because we were talking to them yesterday. As a matter of fact, we have their membership director
awesome.
here. So we have a relationship with BRBC and trying to get small businesses involved with them. And it works out as far as networking, a lot of networking opportunities.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I think that's where I met you at one of the things that
yes, we did.
Joint venture with BRBC and also Score. So that's great. So you're getting the name out there also. Now, where can people find your cheesecakes?
So again, we have a lot of wholesale clients kind of in the area, but we also are doing some kind of retail orders. We're going to start doing kind of pickup at our Bridgeport facility on Reamer Street. So we'll have kind of dedicated hours you can come, place an order ahead of time, and pick it up at our facility. And we'll also start, hopefully in the new year, we'll start doing shipping. We're working on that. That's definitely something that's coming down the pipeline. So hopefully we'll be able to ship it, say, to someone in, I don't know, Boston or something like that. If you say you want to place an order for someone's birthday or for, congratulations on a new job, something like that, just to send them a little well wish with poppies.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Yeah. I'm getting excited. I just can't wait to dive into this box right here. Now, sounds like you guys are really busy. Who makes all these cheesecakes for you?
So right now it's completely kind of family owned and operated. So my brother and I are the co-owners, and then my mom and my dad both help out as well. So right now we're really all the ones pitching in. I live in New York, so I come up most weekends to help out. Brother lives in DC. He comes up whenever he can. So it's really kind of all hands on deck right now. Eventually we'll start to hire some kind of like part-time help, people in the area to help out with some of the production and things like that. But right now it is completely family operated.
Now, being in business, I know there's successes and challenges. What are some of the challenges that you faced in putting together your business?
I think something that is definitely challenging is for us particularly is kind of the when you're trying something new, it's very expensive to kind of, you can't just buy a machine that's thousands of dollars to try something new. So it's definitely kind of doing very kind of calculated risk, making sure we're trying new things, because that obviously is the key to growth, but kind of not jumping the gun and buying something that could potentially help us but then end up hurting us. And in the same sense about kind of growth, like calculated growth, we don't want to take on so many accounts that we can't fulfill, and then disappointing customers or disappointing an account. Although obviously our goal is to grow as much as we can, we don't want someone placing an order and being like, you know what, we can only send you 10 cakes this week, and then when they order 20, so it's kind of balancing how much you want to grow and how much you're really actually able to grow.
Very good. Now, what have your successes been?
So I mean, I think we've really come a long way. We've been around or incorporated for about a year and a half now, about 3 years now. And I mean, we've definitely grown a lot. We've started off with just the one, what we call our classic flavor. And now we have 4. I mean, we have all these different sizes now. So I think, again, we're very particular about how we come out with things. We make sure it's always very perfected. So I mean, my dad had perfected this recipe for almost 40 years before he finally let us do anything with it. So we definitely don't just do anything on a whim, kind of. But I think we've definitely come a really long way in just this short amount of time, and kind of using all of our individual expertises. Like my dad and I have more of a business background, so kind of using that to help to our advantage with the company and kind of leveraging what we already have.
That's fantastic. You know, I'm sure the audiences just can't wait to see what your cheesecake looks like. Let's take a look right now, and you might want to maybe even talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
This one here, and
One second, please. Let me get a shot of that.
Okay.
now you might want to talk about this little tasty dish we have here.
Yeah, so this is what we call a mini. So this is our classic flavor. So again, the cream cheese, kind of dense filling with the graham cracker crust on the bottom. So this is, again, a lot of wholesale accounts will buy this, whether it being kind of more of a market setting, kind of like a grab and go, or a lot of kind of country clubs have this as well for maybe a buffet they're having or anything along those lines. So it's definitely, this size has become one of our best sellers, so we're really excited about it.
Now, this is the classic cheesecake.
Yes.
I see you have others in here, and it looks like pumpkin.
Yes, that is our pumpkin.
All right, fantastic. Well, these are frozen right now, so I'm not going to, I would like to take a bite of this, but I'm going to contain myself, all right, and save that for later and enjoy it.
Yes.
And, you know, we're empty nesters, but I don't even know if I want to tell my wife about this.
I don't think you'll have trouble finishing it. They're very addicting.
Mm-hmm. They're very tasty. Well, I've had them before, so I know they are delicious.
Yes, they are.
So you all definitely need to talk to Katie and also Poppy's Cheesecake, and you're in for a delight. Nice treat. Nice treat. Now, who else is involved with the company?
So right now it's just the 4 of us. So me, my brother Alex, my dad, and my mom. So it's really, we're kind of all just doing whatever we can at this point to help. So we have our production facility in Bridgeport on Reamer Street. So we all kind of come to the kitchen when we need extra hands, we'll say during the holidays when there's kind of a big rush. We all come in and kind of help prepare, do a little assembly line. So yeah, it's just the 4 of us right now, but in the near future we'll definitely start hiring some kind of part-time help to help out with the production.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, because you want to keep this thing going.
Yes, definitely.
Now, the holidays are coming up. Can I get Poppy's Cheesecake for various dinners and things of that nature?
Yeah, definitely. What we do during the holidays, we have kind of like a holiday order form online. You can find the link on our website as well as on our social media accounts. So you can place orders for whenever the holidays are coming up, and we provide a deadline for when to order, so you know kind of this is the last date you can order to make sure you get it on time. and we always send out reminders on social media and things like that. So definitely.
All right. Very good. And it just doesn't have to be holidays. It could be any time.
Yes.
It could be a holiday.
Yes, exactly. We're trying to, we've had a lot of customers now who, are ordering it for, say, a birthday party or just kind of a friend's coming over for dinner. So we definitely want to kind of get the notion out that, yes, it is for kind of special occasions, but it also could just be for every day. So
Yes,
we're really excited to see that kind of growth.
Now, what is in store for Poppies in the future?
So right now, again, we're mostly wholesale, but we definitely would like to have a stronger retail presence, whether it be, online. So again, hopefully we'll launch shipping very soon in the near future. So kind of getting the growth out and say in different parts of the country, maybe starting on kind of the East Coast. But also I think in the not so near future, we'd like to have some type of retail store, whether it be maybe here in Bridgeport, maybe in New York in the city. Definitely a way for customers to kind of just stop by and get a bite of Poppies when they're on the walk to work, on anywhere, any time of day.
Yes, indeed. One of the things that we talk about on the show, Katie, is we encourage businesses to read books and things of that nature. Is there a particular book that you read as far as business is concerned that has helped you, all right, with your business?
Not that I can recall. I mean, I do pull a lot from my current job. I work in digital, so I definitely have learned a lot there that has helped me, and I've used that in Poppies, or to help grow Poppies. So I think that my kind of day-to-day work and the skills I've grown there have definitely kind of been my book, and been my kind of classroom to learn things. And then kind of vice versa. I mean, things I've learned in Poppies have also been beneficial to my day job. So it's kind of great to kind of have that bounce back and forth and using the skills on either end.
Well, one of the books that we suggest for our viewers that has been very popular, it's, the name of it is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And a lot of people like the word rich.
Yes, definitely.
But it's kind of fakes you out a little bit, because really what the book is doing is getting you to think. And you're probably familiar with the laws of attraction, right? A lot of that information is in there. I know if you've ever seen the video doesn't really give you the hands-on, so to speak, but it is leading you to other things. That book kind of helps you with that. And it may even help you with in your business. So
awesome. I'll definitely have to pick up a copy.
I think you'll enjoy that. Now, what is the end goal for Poppies?
I mean, so, I think the end goal would be that kind of Poppies is the first thing that comes to mind when someone, again, thinks of a special holiday or even just kind of a day-to-day thing. I had a great day, I'll celebrate with Poppies. I had a bad day, I'm going to have a slice of Poppies to make me feel better. But, I think also kind of, how when we kind of want people just like Poppies to be synonymous with cheesecake, instead of saying, I want a slice of cheesecake, I want a slice of Poppies. So we kind of want it to be that household name that people kind of go to no matter what the occasion is. So
now, with that in mind, like sometimes you think about cheese and crackers, all right, maybe cheese and wine, all right. What is good to have with your Poppies cheesecake?
So it does pair very well with wine. That's definitely something that we would like to kind of work to, kind of pairing with local vineyards, to kind of suggest different wine pairings. It goes really well with kind of a dessert wine, to maybe like a fruity kind of like raspberry wine, things like that. But yeah, it definitely does pair very well with wine. That's something we often recommend.
Well, I recommend it also because, a few years ago, we started going to wine tastings, and one of the things I noticed about wine tastings, everybody leaves happy.
Yes, that's for sure.
Now, when you, and definitely by adding the cheesecake to it, all right, that would be another little situation there that it might even grow your business even more, because people just love wines, and cheesecake is just a great. And I don't remember any of the wine tastings I've been to that had cheesecake.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So this would be a nice little add-on.
Definitely.
Right, to these various wine tastings that happen all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, with the social media presence that you have you noticed any, have you gotten any business from that with our viewers out there that are thinking about social media?
Yeah, I think we've definitely gotten some traction there. I think a lot of the followers we have are kind of existing clients, and we're kind of keeping abreast of new things, whether it be new flavors, new sizes. But yeah, I think we definitely have also gotten some new followers there and new customers just by kind of spreading kind of word of mouth, whether it be a friend who kind of shares our posts and then someone else says, hey, I like cheesecake, I'm going to follow this and try it out. So it definitely has been beneficial. I mean, especially in today's kind of age where digital is kind of king. So definitely, you definitely always want to be very prominent in the digital space and kind of get our voice out there with social. So that definitely has been very helpful.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, with our, because we also try to do a little training out here when businesses are looking at us, they're like saying, and that's why I asked you about the question, your successes and your challenges. So that way people can stay away from the challenges.
Right.
But say, with your successes, yes, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So any particular success that stands out in your mind that you've had in your business?
I think something that really stands out to us is kind of our networking, especially kind of in the Bridgeport community and the greater Fairfield community. I mean, everyone has been so great about kind of helping us out, either just being very accommodating, whether it be kind of getting goods to us, if we're saying we're getting supplies, or just connecting us with a company that might be able to help us get supplies, or even like a wholesale partner. Everyone has been super great and always willing to help, and kind of always lending a hand. And I think it's definitely been kind of one of our biggest wins is definitely connecting with people we know, and then them connecting with us with other people. And I think sometimes people may be kind of afraid to kind of ask for help, but people are always willing to help and want to lend a hand. So I think that has definitely been something that has really helped us. That's
fantastic. That's fantastic. And how about your website? Well, matter of fact, what is your website? What is the name of your website?
So it's poppyscheesecake.com, so very easy to remember. But yeah, so it has kind of all of our, a little bio about us, all of our different flavors, our different sizes, where to find us, so kind of a little snapshot of Poppy's in one site.
All right, good, good. Now with, you mentioned, I believe you mentioned that we're on Facebook. Have you noticed any popularity there? How many likes do you guys get?
I mean, we're definitely still growing in that world. But yeah, definitely, I would say Facebook and Instagram are kind of our top converters. So we definitely try and create some great content for that, and always looking to kind of share new news and just kind of keep everyone aware of stuff on those channels.
Well, that's great. One of the things that you'll be able to do, because we're going to air, I don't have a date when this is actually going to go on, but you'll be able to take this show and put it on your Facebook page.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Websites and things of that nature. So that's fantastic. One of the other books that we talk about during our show sometimes is The Magic of Believing. Okay. And I don't know if you've seen that movie, The Matrix.
Yes,
all right.
I have.
And in that show, the person Neo actually, he didn't believe that he was the one, all right? But what it pointed out that as in business, all right, you have to believe, all right, that you're going to get this show on the road, so to speak, and make things happen. And it takes some effort on your part because nobody's knocking on your door and saying, hey, Katie, let's get going.
Right.
All right, you have to be the self-motivator. So what do you do to motivate yourself as far as this business is concerned?
I think it definitely helps that working with family. I know some people say don't work with family, but I think this is definitely one of the instances where it helps. I mean, I think we always kind of rely on each other, say one of us has had a bad day, we've had some kind of struggling, or we're kind of feeling a little defeated, and then maybe I'll talk to my dad and he'll be like, no, like you can do this, kind of like motivate me, or say the other way around, he's had a bad day and I'm like, this is your dream, like we're doing this. So I think just kind of relying on each other to kind of back us up and kind of keep motivating us. And then I think also the memory of our grandfather, I mean, he is kind of the motivation for this company. I think just kind of doing something in his honor and kind of making sure it succeeds. So something we know he'd be proud of is definitely something that keeps us going as well. That's
fantastic. One thing that has helped me in business, because I'm in business too, on the financial industry side, but one of the things that you might want to have in place is called a success library.
Okay.
And a success library consists of books, all right, biographies, autobiographies. Then you might also have videos, all right, of people that have had successes in various areas, and they explain the times when they had their challenges that you can avoid, and also, of course, their successes. And so that way, you'll have, and also CDs that you can listen to. Matter of fact, some of my favorites, as far as people are concerned, are Jim Rohn. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. And then there was a favorite that used to be here in Connecticut. Her name is Mickey Williams.
Okay.
And she's a personal development speaker. She's out of Chicago now. You can check her out online. You know, just Google her. And when it comes to books, one of the books that if you like to read, the ones that we suggest is How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler. You'll find that to be very uplifting.
Awesome.
As far as that's concerned. So, and of course, our audience out there, you might want to pick up those books. I always suggest that you go to the library, all right, because it's free. And then if you want to, later on down the road, you can actually purchase it and put it in your personal library for yourself.
Awesome.
Now, we talked about the future. One of the things I asked you earlier, do you see yourself going national?
I think definitely, or eventually, that would be something we'd definitely like to see. Again, nothing we're going to kind of push into fruition in the next year or so, just 'cause we don't want to, again, kind of grow too fast. But, I mean, I think eventually, yes, that would be definitely something amazing to look at and see that you can get poppies kind of all across the country.
Yeah, because I think this cheesecake would not only do good here on the East Coast, but it also do good on the West Coast.
I think everyone can enjoy a nice slice of poppies.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I tell you, it's been really fabulous having you on the show today. Just want to remind our viewers out there in TV land that you can come and get find information. And also, if you have questions when it comes to business, sales, marketing, give us a call here at SCORE. And also, we have various seminars that we have. One of them is called Simple Steps. It's a 5-week program that our businesses can take in and learn about business and some of the things that they need to put in place to make it happen for them. And then also some of our clients.